Woodville is in the very southwest corner of Mississippi, and it is where my great-grandfather was born, and my grandfather. And my family has a very large part of history there. Like, it used to be a big booming town, now it's not so much, but like my great-grandfather's name is in the cornerstone of the courthouse building that you'll see. So here in Woodville, I've got family history. My great-grandfather was a Charles A. Coon, and he was the third, junior, fourth, senior, who knows, but he was here at the courthouse when it was laid, the cornerstone. So he was the chancery clerk, and we have the privilege of being hosted by Drew and Frankie. And we've learned that Drew's family here, which one's your relative?
Well, he'd actually be the second from the bottom up here, possibly the legal advisor, D.C. Bramlett, in about 1903. And this has been a real treat to quite possibly, if not have been connected somehow, probably were boyfriend and girlfriend at some point.
If siblings weren't dating previously, we were at least friends and neighbors of our great-grandfathers, and that's pretty cool.
And if history is correct, your great-grandfather was potentially born in the house that we currently live in. So we're gonna what? We're gonna let that be the the story,
case.
or we're gonna or what?
That's the one we're gonna hand down to all the generations.
So.
But it's like Woodville's such a small town now. But the people that we've met, everybody's intertwined in the history, and it's just been pretty cool.
Cool.
And yeah, we just went up to visit some property, and we didn't really have anything else to do in Mississippi, A, because we got COVID, so it made our stay in Birmingham a little bit longer than we wanted, but B, we just wanted to go to Woodville. Okay, so we just left the city center, and we left Frankie and Drew. They were a huge resource and wealth of information about Woodville. It's pretty wild that what we've deduced is that Drew's family and my family ran in the same kind of circle of city influencers here in Woodville back in the day, like late 1800s to early 1900s, and to the point where my great-grandfather was born in his family home for whatever reason, whether it was like the women of his family were able to take care of my great-great-grandmother, or no idea. But that's what we've deduced. They've also have names next to each other on the cornerstone of the courthouse that you just saw. And Drew is now mayor of this city. So it's just like, or town, I guess I should call it. But it's just pretty wild, the connections that we have. And Frankie lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, where I'm from, and just lots of crossovers in our lives. And that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's been our early morning. It's about 11:30 now. So we have roughly an hour to explore our property. So my family owns still a plot of land in just north of Woodville, and so we found it based on a hand-drawn map by my Uncle Tommy. Thank you very much. And so we're parked for a picnic right now, and then we'll go explore. They've got some trails, and there's a chimney somewhere in there, so we're gonna do our best to find it. We took a dirt road to get here. There's a power line, so we might just follow the power line clearing and make a lot of noise and wear neon because it's hunting season. There's not a street address for this property, so Uncle Tommy told us to look for the power lines and then a big oak tree, and we found the driveway. It's kind of cool how things are done by landmarks rather than addresses. And yeah, let's go check it out. We had these safety vests for so we're walking around the land trying to find the old chimney There's the barbed wire. I'm glad we're wearing neon because we met a hunter named Matthew. So definitely, if you're walking in the woods during hunting season, wear your neon. We're gonna go up and try to find this chimney and where the old homestead used to be. So we found the old house. This is all that's left of it is the chimney. My grandfather had it knocked down during his lifetime because it was gonna be a hazard, and then also he didn't want anybody squatting here in an unstable house. So the remnants, you can see there's a few bricks laying around. It's quite overgrown. The chimney, there's the old cistern over there, and then Ernst is standing in front of the steps that have been that's not where the steps were, but those are the steps, if that makes sense. When I was a girl, I came here, and this was all still cleared in a field and stuff like that, but it's kind of cool to see how the chimney has kind of been taken over by the woods and that these trees have all grown up during my lifetime. I'm also very grateful that we're visiting during winter and all the reptiles and snakes are deeply, deeply burrowed. We're headed back now to the camper, and then we're gonna head out to Avery Island, Louisiana. But I wanted to document now, while my brain is rolling and rolling and rolling, how just cool I think it is to have the history and the connections and meet generations, like his family and our family, and it's just really, really neat to learn about, you know. And my family was big in this town, and I don't know, just standing by the chimney where many laughs and memories were made at one point it just gives you like this big heartwarming feeling, you know. So my Rose was just geeking out about all the family history and the ties that still we have to Woodville, like the active ties. Like Drew, the mayor, is active in Woodville, and our families knew each other, and that's still alive here, you know. My thorn would be that we only stayed half a day. We got a lot of information in a few hours, but this afternoon we have to head over to Avery Island. And my bud is going to visit some aunts and uncles and racking their brains and their document files about what we own and what we have and what the influence of the Coon, White, Montgomery, and Lewis family was here in Woodville, Alabama. Ernst, what was your rosebud and thorn?
That was just cool to see how my Rose was cool to see how tickled Sarah was about everything. Brought me joy to see her happy. And then Bud, excited heading west. We're going to spend a few days in Avery Island, and then we head to Texas, which I'm super excited about. My thorn was that I didn't sleep too good last night, and that I stepped in a big pile of mud. But that's it.
While we were in the woods. But our next campground is full hookups, and we're back to living life on the road. See you guys soon. Bye. But Woodville is a very special place for my family in the sense of its history. Nobody in my family still lives there. It's just like generations and generations before used to live there. And that's what makes it kind of cool. Thank you to Frankie and Drew for hosting us via Harvest Hosts. The wealth of knowledge that you guys shared was overwhelming and comprehensive, and I truly appreciate that, and it's cool to see how our families were once connected. Mississippi, going on the map. Thank you, Woodville. 25 states.